What's going on, guys, man? It's your guy, Nick Frazier, man, of the Water Cooler Talk podcast. One half, man. We back, man. Day 9. Transfer portal frenzy, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. You know what's coming next. Water Cooler Talk podcast. We going live right now. Let's go.
Going live.
With the coolest podcast.
The Water Cooler Talk podcast. The coolest podcast.
In your ear.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, and we are back around the water cooler, man, giving y'all our perspective on sports, and we talking transfer portal day 9, man. Shout out to y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. We going ahead and we gonna get into it, man. We appreciate y'all so much. But before we get started, man, make sure you follow us on Twitter at coolestpod23. Follow our Instagram and TikTok page at the Water Cooler Talk, and follow the Facebook page at the Water Cooler Talk podcast as well. And here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you share the video, hit the notification bell so you know when we post. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. And those that have been subscribing, those that have been rocking with us, those that have been, in the chat with us, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. It's greatly appreciated. Tell your friends, tell them to come in, man. We just try to have a good time when we over here, and we just try to give you as much accurate information as we possibly can about the SEC, college football, and particularly Auburn University. But we thank y'all so much again for rocking with us, man. Everything is good. Everything is great over here, man. Thank y'all again. Shout out to Bubba and the old man in the chat. Shout out to Bubba. Yo, what's up, Bubba, man? Everything going good, man. King Richard, see you in the chat, man. Warrior to you, my guy. Everything is good. Everything is great. It's another day of the transfer portal, ladies and gentlemen. And everything seems to be going in Auburn's favor. Well, except for one big piece that I kind of want Auburn to get. But, man, we'll get into it, man. Let's start it off with this right here, man. Man, special teams was atrocious last year for Auburn. But we may have some help coming in via the transfer portal. Connor Gibbs, transfer kicker from Southern Miss, visited Auburn today. Stated that he had a great time on his visit. It was good. Just to give you a little bit of stats on his visit. A little bit of stats about Connor Gibbs. He was 10 of 13 this past season on field goals. And he was 7 of 10 on extra points. I don't know how you feel about that. Tell me how you feel about that in the chat. For everybody that's watching that, man. We appreciate I don't know, man. This that's interesting. Is that an upgrade? Do you think that's an upgrade to the special teams room for Auburn? You tell me how you feel about that one. Well, it go from there, but he should maybe he joins the ranks of the Auburn University football team this coming up season. We don't know, but we do know that the special teams was a need and is a need that needs to be going, because Mr. Trusty Dusty himself, Alex McPherson, and prayers to him, don't know when he will be back for his kicking duties. But we're praying for him. We're hoping everything is good. So we need to solidify that kicking position in order to make sure that we can kick 35-yard field goals. I'm just saying, but hopefully we can make that work, man. Everything is good, man. Bubba said he better be giving us NIL to come hit it. He got to be paying to come to Auburn. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. You got to be paying to come to Auburn, man. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor, man. JT, what's going on, man? Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you so much for being in the chat. What's going on with you, man? Bubba came in and said, man, if he will be back, is more accurate. Yeah. If McPherson comes back, that is the truth, man. So we're praying for him. We're hoping everything goes well with him. Just health wise, we would love to see him back on the field, kicking field goals in an Auburn uniform. But more importantly, we want his health to be the number one priority, because if he doesn't have that, he can't do the kicking part. So we want him to be healthy. So prayers and everything to Alex McPherson as well. Jonathan Taylor comes in and said Antonio Kite is transferring to Ole Miss, third SEC school in what? That would be the third SEC school in 3 years if that happens. Man, more power to Antonio Kite, man. Hope you can go put some film on tape and hopefully you can raise your draft stock, my guy. Hope everything is good. Hope everything is well with you. Jonathan Taylor come back and said health always comes before football. Honestly, I couldn't care about football. It's about the young man first. Exactly. We need Alex McPherson. Your health is more important. We would love to see you out there kicking 50, 55-yard field goals, but your health comes first, my guy. Your health comes first. All right, man. Moving along, man. Auburn has signed Rayon Strider, former cornerback from Miami of Ohio, in the secondary. Also, Tay Seymour, former Georgia Tech safety, is signed with Auburn, and he is Eric Singleton's roommate. So maybe that's a telltale sign that he possibly could be coming to Auburn. Now we may be seeing a Eric Singleton signing soon. So hey, man, be on the lookout for that, man. Everything that'll be dope. Also, of course, news: Ashton Daniels signed a quarterback from Stanford. He signed as well. But he will not be back. He would not be on campus until the summer. He's going to finish his degree at Stanford, which I don't blame him, and he'll be back. He'll be back on campus in the summertime. Maybe there's another quarterback on campus then. We don't know. There's rumblings. It could be. It is what it is, man. All right, man. Let's move along, man. Let's move along to the defensive side of the ball, man. Phoenix Jackson committed to the Baylor Bears. Former Fresno State linebacker Phoenix Jackson committed to the Baylor Bears. Now, if you remember Phoenix Jackson, it was put out last week that he committed to Auburn, but it was rolled back. And reasoning behind it was the staff wanted to meet him first before accepting the commitment. Well, he came in for his visit this past weekend, ended up going to Baylor, and he has committed to Baylor, which is interesting because Auburn plays Baylor first game of the season next year. So that would be interesting. That would be an interesting topic to see to see how that works out. So that'll be interesting to see. More power to Phoenix Jackson. We wish him all the best in his journey, in his football career. But we got to move along, try to find the next guy. And that next guy could be former LSU linebacker Xavier Atkins. He is scheduled to visit Auburn. Well, he visited today, actually. Bringing him into the linebacker room, sideline to sideline guy. Can kind of do what Phoenix Jackson was doing with the cover as a cover linebacker, and potentially could come down and hit you as well. So looking at that, shoring up that linebacker room, because we are losing linebackers. Eugene Asante, Austin Keys, Gote, Mausi, those guys are gone. So that's gonna be the part of the defense that I believe is gonna need to be the biggest rebuild. Looking at who's coming back, a DeMarcus Riddick, a DJ Barber, who will be there. If you can add an Atkins, that'll be there. Robert Woodyard, who will be in there as well. So I mean, adding some more depth, adding some more veteran depth in there as well would be great. So that part of the defense is what I'm concerned about as a fan, and want to see build up with some depth and build up with some more talent and some more veteran leadership is there as well. So hopefully he visited today. We should be hearing something about the visit when it ends, I believe tomorrow. So we should be hearing something then. Maybe he doesn't leave. Maybe we get a commitment tomorrow. Maybe we'll be on commitment watch for Xavier Atkins tomorrow to see if he commits. Or maybe he already has. And we're just waiting for the announcement. So we'll be taking a look to see what's going on there with that, man. Preston Howard, tight end from Maryland. Excuse me. Tight end from Maryland will be visiting on Friday. And Tight end is another position of need for Auburn as well. You have Brandon Frazier and Rico Walker who will be back in that room. You lost Michael Riley. You had a Kamari Edwards come in that visited as well. You had the tight end from Elon, Cody Hardy, who visited as well. So we'll be taking a look at that room as well to see what happens in that room to get some more depth. And to potentially see if we can find a game changer. See if we can find a playmaker in that room. So we'll be looking at that as well on the tight end side. So hopefully we can find a commit. Hopefully we'll be getting a commitment from there as well. So be looking out for that too. We did get a commit, man. Mason Murphy, offensive tackle from offensive tackle from USC. If you watched us earlier today, shout out to Bubba, an old man. Shout out to DC from Auburn Addicts. We did kind of go over Mason Murphy and kind of projected where he could be. It could be a depth piece, or he could be a solid starter on the right side of the line for the offensive line. So looking at that, possibly being able to solidify that line with, having Xavier Chaplin, who just committed at the left tackle position. Possibly a Jeremiah Wright coming back, a Connor Lew at center, moving Dylan Wade into his natural position of a guard, or possibly having Mason Murphy or Tyler Johnson or Favor Edwin somewhere out there on the right side playing. So looking there, that would be good. If we get solidified a line, I think like I stated this morning, I believe that this offense could put up some really nice numbers. And this team should not be able. There's no question why they shouldn't be able to win 9 games. If we can get the offensive line solidified, and get the quarterback play, of course, consistent throughout the season. So Mason Murphy has signed with Auburn. So we'll be looking to see how that goes. And moving forward, hopefully either he's a depth piece or he's gonna be the guy at right tackle. So we'll be looking there as well. He has 1 year of eligibility remaining, so we'll be taking a look there as well. Let's moving right along here, man. This is the one that kind of hurt my heart a little bit, man. Zachariah Poyser committed to Miami. Oh man, that one hurt, man. We actually had a small conversation about him earlier today on the live as well, man. Bubba calls him a NFL safety. I wholeheartedly believe that man, I was excited to see him possibly put on an Auburn uniform, get in the rotation, maybe even have a starting position, and come in and play. But definitely be in the rotation and play, because athletic guy can come in and play. It's hit you too, man. He's pretty good, man. I'm a little upset that we kind of let that one slide through our hands from Jacksonville State. And he's ended up at Miami, man, right in our backyard. But you win some, you lose some. But we wish him all the best in his football career, and hope that he's able to raise his stock to where he's able to provide and have a nice opportunity of playing at the next level. So congratulations to him for moving on and picking school that fits his needs. I want to say this, man. Will Redmond, director of player personnel at Auburn, has done a really good job with this portal window, building this team. If you don't know Will Redmond, he was hired by Auburn in 2022, 2023 from LSU. And he has done a very good job of getting these guys that have been visiting, getting them to visit, and then getting the ones that Auburn wants, that fits the scheme, that fits the personnel, the profile of what they want to do. They've been doing a great job of getting those guys committed, getting them signed, and getting those guys and pushing it out to the fan base, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, and us seeing it. So it's good to see that. It's good to see that Auburn is being aggressive in the portal right now, something that we didn't see last year. Reported that a lot of guys that were scheduling visits to Auburn last year in the portal weren't even coming because they weren't leaving the schools that they were going to first. They was committing to those guys. So it kind of seems as if those guys that Auburn is taking that approach, and now those guys are now committing to Auburn. The ones that Auburn wants for sure are committing. So Auburn's doing a really good job ensuring up this roster, ensuring up talent that needed to fill some positions of need. So man, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. It'll just be able to now put some talent on the field to where these guys will be able to compete. Well, we can see 9 wins. Possibly we can see 9 wins this year. So shout out to Will Redmond for that as well, man. The news of the day: Amarius Williams entered the portal, and we're glad to report he is no longer in the portal. He's back at Auburn, man. So that was the news of the day. I think he played in 5 games last year, so he burned the red shirt. I think he had 7 tackles and half of a sack this past season. Slated to get some more playing time this year, especially with Jalen McLeod leaving, him being at that edge position, being opposite of Keldrick Falk. He can play that 5 technique. So I mean, having him back in there, Auburn doesn't have to go find another guy in the portal. They can just focus on who they already have the designated of who they want to come in, like a Clev Lubin from Coastal Carolina, formerly of Coastal Carolina, as well. And then that also that doesn't put a lot of pressure on your other guys that you have coming in as well. You know, now you can have a 2-deep rotation of guys coming in. You have Joe Phillips at the edge position, who potentially could move to the linebacker position as well. So Demonte Waller, who's playing that as well. So I mean, you have a lot of you have depth, you have talent there. So now we're not in the process of trying to go out to find talent in order to replace a big piece in what Amarius Williams would have left, and that void he would have left. So glad to have him back, and excited for him to be there. Excited to see him make some plays on the Plains in the next year, and excited to see this talent that has been accumulated finally get on the field and make some noise. So man, this is gonna be good to see. This is gonna be a great time in Auburn. So I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, man. Yeah, man. Let's see what Jonathan Taylor talking about. See, Jonathan Taylor said Amarius Williams is no longer no longer in the portal. JT, man, excited about that, man. Bubba said, yep, he's no longer in the portal. Let's go. Welcome back, Amarius. Yes, welcome back to Amarius Williams, man. We appreciate that, man. Thank you for sticking with Auburn, man. We going places. Am I bugging too much? That seems to be a word that Auburn people use a lot. We use a lot. Am I bugging too much? Okay. All right, we'll see. Tea leaves. Yeah, tea leaves to Eric Singleton possibly coming to Auburn, man. Tay Seymour, his roommate, signing with Auburn. So we'll look and see, man. Bubba said, how long until fans have fully talked themselves into Jackson Arnold being a Heisman contender next year? Okay, all right, let's see. What would it take for Jackson Arnold to be a Heisman contender next year? All right, so my philosophy is by week 4, whatever your team is at that time, that's the team you're going to have for the remaining of the season. So if by week 4, Auburn's undefeated, so that means Auburn has beat Baylor, Auburn has beat Ball State, South Alabama, and they have beaten Oklahoma on the road. And let's say his stats, Jackson Arnold's stats are, let's say he has at that time 1,200 yards passing. He's 73% completion percentage, and he has 11 touchdowns. I think you'll start seeing people saying, yes, Jackson Arnold's a Heisman Trophy contender. I think that's what you're going to start seeing people say then. Will that happen? I don't know. Like I said, I'm optimistically encouraged by Jackson Arnold, but we'll see. King Richard said, if Jackson Arnold isn't damaged goods, I can see it happening very quickly. Whoa, here we go. Bubba, you done started some. I think King Richard might be on that track already. But the prominent word is if he isn't damaged goods. Hey, all right, we'll see what happens, man. Jonathan Taylor, man, Janai Broome just ran off the court screaming in pain from a shoulder injury. Whoa. If you don't know, Auburn is playing Georgia State tonight. So I'm gonna try to get off here as soon as possible because I kind of want to watch the game myself, and I know a lot of people are trying to watch the game. But we'll get into it and see. He said it looks bad. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that and see what's going on with that, man. Hopefully everything is all right. Janai Broome is having a great season so far. Potentially could be National Player of the Year. So don't need that. We want that. We want that at Auburn. I'm a big Cody Hardy guy. Need a big blocking style tight end like that. Yeah, tight end from Elon. Yeah, we need that. We need that, man. We need that, man. We need that. But would Brandon Frazier be that guy? Do you think Brandon Frazier could be that guy as well? Could he step in? If Brandon Frazier is healthy, isn't him and Cody Hardy more alike almost? You know, but Brandon Frazier probably could catch a little bit better. So we'll see what there. Chaplin, Carter, Lou, Wright, Wade, Murphy looks great. So basically, Dre Carter. Okay, so you saying Dre Carter should step in at that left guard position? I mean, I can see that. But will he be more of a? Will he be? Will you put him in? Wow. So you taking either Jeremiah Wright or Dylan Wade out of the lineup? That's an interesting take, Jonathan. That's an interesting take. What's no, Jonathan? What you mean by no? Let me know. I must have missed it. Ken Richards said, is there any type of timeline on Eric Singleton committing? Yes. Eric Singleton, when he came in for his visit, let me go back to my notes here, and I'll tell you exactly what he said in his exit interview. Eric Singleton. Now you make me go way back for this. Way back. Eric Singleton stated that he wants to have a decision before next week. I think by Monday or Tuesday of next week is what if I read it correctly, he wants to have a decision by Monday or Tuesday next week before Christmas. If I'm correct, I believe that's what his said. Just the right amount. Okay. All right. Start of next semester. I'm guessing that's what he's saying about that. Let's see. Okay. Bubba saying he would need 1,300 yards, 14 TDs, and 3 interceptions by week 4. Okay. All right. So we kind of in the same range because I said 1,200. I said 10 to 11 touchdowns, 72% completion percentage. And I would say he would rather need to be less than 3 interceptions in order for him to do that. So I like that. I like those stats. Yeah, self-betrayal mitigated might have ruined Jackson Arnold. Whoa. Well, let's hope. And this is a big hope. Let's hope Coach Hugh Freeze can mend them back together again, like they did Humpty Dumpty. So we'll go there. He's still not back. Hey, not looking good if he's not back. Hopefully we can. Hopefully they'll give us an update on that right there. Not okay. Cool. Bubba said Murphy at right tackle does not look great. That's just me though. Yeah, I mean, more of a depth piece. I believe, Bubba, you think he may be Murphy more of a depth piece. So do you think a Tyler Johnson would probably be the guy at that spot, or at least have a chance to compete for that spot going forward? Interesting. Just asking. Jonathan Taylor says he's high on Drake Carter. Yeah, I think everybody's high on Drake Carter. I think the word around Drake Carter was that he is very talented. I think they wanted him to slim down a little bit, but the talent is there. I think a lot of people feel like the talent is there. The talent is that he is they just want to give a little time because they have some pieces in front of him where they don't have to rush him into the starting lineup right now. So we're looking at that, but he does need to get on the field because that is a 5-star talent that he does need to be on the field playing. So I'm with you, Jonathan. I'm high on him too, but I don't think they want to rush him too fast. Yep, Janai Broome is in street clothes, out for the game with a shoulder injury. Man, hopefully this does not derail Auburn for the rest of the year, though. Hopefully this is just something that that is just, a couple of day injury, something that they can just massage out, something that they can, put some heat on, put some ice pack, something treatment will help. And he'll be back. But man, that is a developing story. That's a developing story. One of the best player in the country, Janai Broome, out with a shoulder injury in street clothes. Man, I'm telling you, that's tough. That's tough. All right. Oh, Dylan Wade. That's right. You did say Dylan Wade. I remember you did saying you would rather have Dylan Wade at right tackle. So if that's the case, if you have Dylan Wade at right tackle, that means you can. In Jonathan Taylor, in JT's perspective, you can definitely slide Drake Carter into that guard spot because you have if Jeremiah Wright comes back, you can have Wright and Wade on one side. I like that. Hopefully it's just precaution and not wanting to make it worse. Yeah, I mean that possibly could be it as well with Janai Broome. The fact of the matter, they're playing Georgia State. I believe Auburn thinks they can get through that game without him having to play. But I'm praying and hoping everything is well with his shoulder. Hopefully everything will go as planned, and hopefully it's not as serious because I mean SEC play is about to start, if I'm not mistaken, within the next 2 weeks. So you want your best player on the court to moving forward when SEC play starts. So yeah, we got to figure that one out. We got to make sure he good. Murphy, Joyner, Carter, Buster battle for the left guard position. Woo. All right, so I'm gonna go here. If you going Mason Murphy, Braden Joyner, Dre Carter, or Tay Buster, the most overall one, I would probably go Carter. Probably go Dre Carter. If I had to pick. If I was a coach, I'd probably go Dre Carter 1, Murphy 2, Joyner, Buster. It's probably where I go. It's probably where I go with that. If we had to pick between them, I'd probably go that way. I'm picking Dre. Yeah. Picking Dre. Yeah. Are we going to hire a new linebacker / edge coach? Well, we have a linebackers coach. DJ Durkin is the linebackers coach. As of right now, haven't heard any names. There has been one name that has been surfacing on the message boards. Now, if you are on the message boards, there is one name that has surfaced. Chris Kiffin. I don't know. That's just something that some people have said on some message boards that have just been floating around there, and things and stuff like that. But as of right now, I haven't heard any names. Haven't heard anything about an edge coach being added to the roster just yet. Bubba agrees with the Dre Carter. Jonathan Taylor agrees with the Dre Carter. Ken Richard comes in and said, "What is the DL on Xavier Atkins?" Oh, DL. Whoa, pause. I'm just playing. I was just playing, man. I'll say this. I mean, he'll have 3 years of eligibility left to play. Phoenix Jackson, I think he's a better athlete than Phoenix Jackson. Maybe he plays sideline to sideline. He can do what Phoenix Jackson did, what Phoenix Jackson would have done, which would be a cover linebacker. And in this 3-3-4, and he can rush the passer as well. So in this 3-3-5 defense that Durkin runs, he would be more of a hybrid edge. He could be a hybrid edge / linebacker. So he can rush the passer, and he would be able to cover backs out the backfield, tight ends, and depending on, he could probably cover a slot receiver, and that's a big if. But I think Auburn is passing on Phoenix Jackson. If you go back and watch our show from last night with the great legendary Daryl Dapprich, I asked him about this, and he stated that maybe Phoenix Jackson wasn't a take because the guy that they want is possibly coming in to visit, which was Atkins. And Atkins can do everything that Jackson can. Plus, Atkins he has SEC experience. He's coming from LSU. He's in the portal from LSU. So I think that's who Auburn wants. I think that's who Auburn gets. But we'll see what happens there. After the portal window, Bubba thinks he's basically saying Jeremy Garrett from Jackson, from Jack staff, if they don't retain him. That's a name as well, too. Possibly could be back. I saw Chris Kiffin on the boards. I saw some people saying his name, but I mean, like I said, nothing for real stands out. You said that right, as the Auburn commentator mentioned a player named Nutter. What? Wait, what did I say? Wait. Explain to me what's going on. Explain to me what's going on. The timing was impeccable. Bruh, he need to end his family lineage for that. What? I was so confused. For real. Nutter can have that name staying in circulation. Okay. I'm so confused. Y'all gotta explain to me what's going on. You mentioned okay. What was the D? Got you. Pause. All right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pause. Do not explain. Pause. All right, just checking. All right, we good to go, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man. One other thing before we get up out of here, man. There seems to be maybe some chatter that another portal QB maybe hitting the portal after in a minute. Maybe there may be a portal QB that possibly could be looking at Auburn, or that may have interest in Auburn. So I'm telling y'all, man, I don't think Auburn may what I've been hearing is that Auburn may not be done in the portal at QB. It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. There could be a team out there who's in the college football playoff right now or in a bowl game that potentially, if depending on what happens, there may be a starting quarterback on that team that may be interested in coming to Auburn. So I'm telling you, man, these next few days are still going to be interesting. Still going to be interesting to go. Especially, I would say, after this weekend, it's going to be interesting to see. So everybody, like I stated, I will be here every day during the first transfer portal window, which ends on the 28th. So we started back on the 9th, been going every day up until now, and we plan on going every day up until the 28th, and then we'll go back, or we'll go back, and then we'll go back to our regular 3-day-a-week schedule starting after the portal. So it is what it is, man. Laughing at that. Shout out to Kendall, man. Kendall said, or you're the guy. Or you're the guy. Or am I the guy? Are you saying, am I the guy, Kendall? Talking about the portal QB? Nah, it's not me. It's not me, guy. Not me. I can't throw a football for nothing in the world no more. But it is what it is, man. So we'll be looking at that. Hopefully everything is going well with y'all, man. We appreciate y'all so much for giving us a little bit of your time tonight, man. Don't want to keep y'all too long trying to go Auburn transfer quarterback TJ Finley. Hey, but what if it is TJ Finley though? What if TJ Finley? What if TJ Finley transferred back to Auburn? Would y'all be excited about that? Would y'all be excited about TJ Finley back at Auburn? That'll be interesting, man. But man, we appreciate y'all so much for giving us a little bit of your time tonight. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Wow, big fish. Okay. Yeah, it is. I think I'm telling you, man, there's chatter that this guy could possibly, that there is a guy that is interested, that is interested in coming to Auburn. There's a guy. You wouldn't hate TJ Finley back? Okay. All right, good. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. Thank you, JT, for chilling with us tonight, man. Thank you. The local moped companies would be stoked. Yes, they would be. All right, Bubba, man. We'll see you. JT, we'll see you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. As always, follow us on X or Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Facebook, The Water Cooler Talk Podcast Facebook page. And, of course, here on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share the video. And hit the notification bell so you know when we post. Because like I said, we trying to grow, and we trying to give you as much accurate information as we possibly can, man. So we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here and helping our channel grow to where we trying to become insiders. We trying to get there, man. We trying to do it. Help us out. Help a brother out. HBO, help a brother out. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man, for giving us some of your time tonight, man. Everything like that. King Richard said yours. Killer said know your room at QB. Yeah, there is a QB, man. It's a QB. Trust me, it's one out there that's potentially that Auburn could potentially look at, and there may be mutual interest. So we'll see what happens. Don't leave us hanging, man. Hey, can't burn your sources, man. You can't burn your sources. So journalistic integrity, man. So, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. With our regular show. We'll be talking offensive line and defensive line tomorrow night, man. So tune in with us, and we'll be checking that out. We'll be in the trenches tomorrow, talking Auburn offensive line and Auburn defensive line, and we'll take a look around the SEC as well and see what other schools is going on, because boy, there's a fire sale going on in Alabama right now, and I just kind of want to joke on them a little bit. But we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. As always, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, here in the Water Cooler Talk Podcast Studios. Y'all be good, man. We love you. One love. And we out this mug.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post more videos and go live.